evening, America. Today is August 15. We have breaking news. Emperor Hirohito has just announced Japan's surrender in a radio broadcast, attributing their defeat to the devastating power of a new and most cruel bomb.
News of Japanese surrender has swept the nation as people rejoice the Allied victory. We interrupt this televised broadcast to bring you live footage of the celebrations happening across the world.
Crowds gather in front of the White House, awaiting the announcement of Japan's surrender from President Harry S. Truman. It took 2 atomic bombs to bring Japan to her knees. But now Pearl Harbor was avenged, and the news triggered the greatest celebration the nation has ever known.
A scientific thunderbolt gives a preview of its destructive force.
Only 9 days earlier, an American B-29 bomber, Enola Gay, took off from Tinian, a North Pacific island in the Marianas, miles south of Japan, and dropped the world's first deployed atomic bomb, codenamed Little Boy, over the Japanese city of Hiroshima on August 6, killing an estimated 80,000 people and thousands more later on due to radiation.
3 days after the initial bombing of Hiroshima, a second B-29 dropped another atomic bomb, nicknamed Fat Man, on Nagasaki on August 9th, killing an estimated 40,000 people. Now we'll go to our field reporter Andrea, who's on the side of the destruction.
Thank you, Jenny. I'm here at the scene at Hiroshima, where days earlier the United States dropped the world's first atomic bomb, creating total war. It's a tragedy that has left Japan with high numbers of casualties of unprecedented proportions and destruction that has devastated the surrounding area. The atomic bomb has been the unprecedented result of the U.S. government's Manhattan Project, an ongoing secret research and development project to develop the atomic bomb. Now that the U.S. was equipped with a powerful weapon of mass destruction, it was President Harry Truman's decision of whether or not to use it to bring an immediate end to one of the world's most destructive wars. The aftermath of the destruction is even more devastating than the initial annihilation. The victims of the bombing are currently being treated for severe effects of radiation exposure, such as flash burns and radiation sickness. There are reports of victims with deformation of their skin, including change of color and the complete burning of the dermis. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Andrea. Now we will go to our reporter Anna, who is interviewing one of President Truman's closest advisors.
We are here with one of President Truman's closest advisors, Ava Kavapel, who has agreed to share her insight on the development of the world's first atomic bomb. So Ava, what prompted the federal government to create the top secret research program that was responsible for the atomic bomb?
Well, we began the development of substitute materials, which was later superseded by its unofficial name, the Manhattan Project, in 1939. After the world scientific community discovered that German physicists had learned to split a uranium atom. This posed a potential threat which fostered fears of the possibility that Nazi scientists may soon develop the technology to harness this energy and develop a nuclear bomb capable of unprecedented destruction.
How did President Truman make the decision to launch the bomb knowing that it would kill thousands of people?
Many critics would like to think that the government was motivated for selfish reasons. Truth still remains intact. A quick end to the war was needed in order to minimize the death toll of our citizens. We would not accept anything less than unconditional surrender, or else we would be compromising the values for which our nation was founded upon, such as democracy. Also, as the war dragged on, our soldiers on the battlefield and our civilians on the home front began to lose their morale, and the window of opportunity was slowly closing. Our time to strike was now, if victory was to be ours. In regards to the thousands of lives lost in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we want to remind those critics not to forget the thousands of innocent American lives lost from the unprovoked attack on Pearl Harbor by Japan.
And now back to you in the studio.
The war is over, America. The battle has been won, and victory is ours.
And that concludes this weekend segment.
Thank you for joining us this week, and don't forget to tune in next week for more coverage.
See you next time, folks, and remember, it's a great day to be an American.